Discover America's playing field, home to the iconic Pro Football Hall of Fame and the growing Hall of Fame Village. Explore a vibrant city filled with award-winning dining options, exciting events, and entertainment. Find it here in America's playing field. Connect with Visit Canton for personalized assistance, planning an unforgettable trip.
Visit Canton, Ohio presents Golfing Around. Sponsored by Squares Golf Shoes. Change your shoes, change your game. Team USA versus Team Scotland Amateur Golf Championships. Amateur golfers, you can win a trip to St. Andrews, Scotland. Ahead, golf hats and golf apparel. Craigan's Golf Resort, Minnesota's golf paradise. Superstroke Putter Grip, the choice of champions. Scotland's Golf Coast, discover 21 of Scotland's best courses. Visit Canton, Ohio, Ohio's golf capital.
We are Team USA! Welcome to St. Andrews! We are Team Scotland! We are Team USA!
Hi, I'm Randy Tantlinger, founder of Team USA versus Team Scotland Amateur Golf Championships. I'm excited and proud to announce that the 2025 Team USA National Championships will be played in Canton, Ohio. Amateur golfers, you do not need a USGA-GHIN Handicap to play in one of 5 flights to compete to win a trip to St. Andrews, Scotland to represent Team USA. In August of 2025, amateur golfers from across the United States will gather here in Canton, Ohio. Our opening ceremonies will be held here at the Professional Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Behind the doors behind me, some of the greatest players to ever play professional football are immortalized. Jim Thorpe, Walter Payton, Jack Lambert, Dick Butkus, and the list goes on and on. Again, our opening ceremonies will be held here at the Professional Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. We'll have a wonderful cocktail party, and you and your guests will be able to tour the Professional Football Hall of Fame. It's a wonderful museum and really is a wonderful setting for our championship for the Team USA versus Team Scotland Amateur Golf Championships. 2025 will be the 4th season for the Team USA versus Team Scotland Amateur Golf Championships. And I can tell you that all the past winners that have gone to St. Andrews have had an incredible experience. It all begins by taking your picture on the famous Swilcan Bridge on the old course in front of the R&A Clubhouse. 2 competitive rounds of golf at Charlton Castle and Estate are played against Team Scotland. But before we play Team Scotland, you're going to enjoy some of the very best links golf in the world. Dumbarnie Golf Course is ranked as the #1 new golf course in the world. This incredible links golf course, well, it's unprecedented the number of bunkers that you may find yourself in. Also, Team USA members will play Ely Golf Links, one of the oldest and most venerable golf courses in the world. So sign up to play in the 2025 Team USA National Championships in August of 2025 here in Canton, Ohio. Again, our opening ceremonies will be held here in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You'll be able to tour the Hall of Fame, talk to your favorite busts of your favorite NFL player, Walter Payton, Dick Butkus, Jack Lambert is my personal favorite. So get ready to tee it up for the 2025 Team USA National Championships from Canton, Ohio.
Yeah, Team USA playing obviously to compete for a chance to go over and play the old course in Scotland. This will certainly tune you up for it if you can beat this golf course. It's a great walk. It's a very, very tough golf course from the back tees. Great tournament golf course. You come out of here on top, you will be playing in St. Andrews.
The 2025 Team USA National Championships will be played in Canton, Ohio, Ohio's golf capital. You know, I'm here on number 6 at the Quarry golf course. Golfing Around television and magazine and radio rated it as the #1 public golf course in all of Ohio. Hole number 6 here is an elevated tee shot down to a Welp postage stamp green guarded by water. If you play in the Team USA National Championships in August of 2025, round 1 of the Team USA National Championships will be played here at the Quarry golf course. You can compete in one of 5 flights, no USGA-GHIN Handicap required. Win your flight here in Canton, Ohio after 2 rounds of competitive golf. You'll become a member of Team USA and win a trip to St. Andrews, Scotland to be a member of Team USA and take on Team Scotland. So log on to usascotlandgolf.com.
Okay, here we are at number 6 at the Quarry, 130-yard par 3 from the back tees. Obviously, as you can see behind me, the entire green surrounded in front by our lake. Real pretty little hole, downhill par 3. Risk reward again, you got to play to the middle of the green here. If you do go over the green, ball bounds down out of play. So it is a destined tee shot. You have to find a green surface on this hole.
You know, when you come out to golf, any golf course, I don't care if it's the Elks Golf Club in Altoona, on a Tuesday afternoon, you're there to have fun, enjoy nature, but you're also there to test your abilities and your skills. And I really think hole number 7 here at the Quarry does that, Troy. Elevated tee box, and you got to go back uphill. Describe this splendid hole.
Yeah, absolutely. Par 5, about 550 yards from the back tees. As you can see behind us, set up for a very testy tee shot. You miss it left, you have a creek running down the left side, some tree lines down the left side. As you can see also behind us, we have some cattails down the right side. So the hole is set up off of the big tree in the middle of the fairway. You can turn it either way if you want to hit it left to right or right to left.
We didn't even get into the elevated green complex yet.
True.
Now you got to deal with some bunkers. You got to that hard shot uphill is probably one of the hardest shots in golf, isn't it?
I think it is. Yeah, it's very testy. You certainly have to know where you're at. And again, like you spoke of, once you get your tee shot in play, that's just the first part of the equation on this hole. It is an uphill second shot. Green is guarded by a bunker. Not a lot of trouble behind the green or on the sides, but you have to have a precise second shot to be close.
With elevation changes behind us,
right?
With every conceivable, like you said yesterday while we were filming, you got to use everything in your toolbox on the Quarry golf course.
You do, absolutely correct. And again, speaking of Jack and Arnold, when they were coming up, the green speeds were never able to get to what they are today. So they have the green complexes up, down, side to side. They were never meant to be this fast. So they're working with them now every day to try and make that work.
Club head speed was never meant to be this fast.
Right.
The ball was never meant to be this fast. We should get you a Persimmon club and see how you play.
Well, we've done that in the past. I've played in Persimmon tournaments, and it's way different. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you're a hickory guy?
Well, not so much hickory, no, but we had the old steel shafts with the persimmon wood heads for sure. Yeah, we've played many a tournament around town with those. It's very fun. The ball doesn't go nearly as far.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, well, I will allow you to use modern technology.
Thank you, yes, we live with this now.
And I want to say this, sometimes a painter paints a masterpiece. Sometimes you can paint a masterpiece here at the Quarry. I'm challenging you right now, $20 in my pocket.
Okay.
If you get a 3, get 20 beans.
I'm in it. Now let's go for it.
All right.
I like that
Gauntlet
challenge. Let's
thrown.
go. Okay, tee shot was pretty fair there, down the middle with a little draw. over the creek that was our main concern from the tee box. We should be able to find that up the left-hand side to proceed onto the green. Okay, so what we have, as you can see, we have made the fairway. We are approaching the green from this spot. We are guarded by 2 bunkers, 2-tiered green also, front, false front, backside, pretty much a tabletop green. So what I'm going to try and do, and what most AMs I think fail at, I'm going to play the ball back in my stance a little bit, maybe flight it down a tad to carry the false front on the front. Most AMs would probably try to play this off the front foot to get it up in the air. Don't necessarily need to do that on this hole. Again, we are just trying to, in our second shot, if we are good enough and close enough to get it onto the green to make that eagle, that's fantastic. If not, we're going to be close around the green to hopefully chip and putt and make our birdie. Okay, as again, I tried to play that in the back of my stance a little bit to flight it low. I was good with that. The contact wasn't as good as I wanted to, but we're not in the sand trap. We are in the opening of the green, which is the goal. If I didn't get it on, that's where I wanted to be. It's certainly an easier chip from there than it is coming out of the sand. Okay, as you can see behind me, we have came up short on our second shot. But again, we've avoided the bunkers. We ended up in the area that is the apron, the chipping area for the green. So we do have a good opportunity to possibly hold this shot for eagle. If not, we want to get it close enough to make our birdie 3.
Here we go.
Yeah, you tell me.
For 20 bucks, Dougie.
I like the heat.
Hit it. Boom. Hit it. Boom.
You came that close to 20 bucks. You get
nothing.
You get nothing. That was a great shot.
Thank you.
I am not even going to make him putt that one in.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It was a good effort. Good effort. That's all.
Wow, you get a cookie.
Thank you. That's what I wanted. I didn't want the money. I wanted the cookie.
Dude, great shot.
Discover America's playing field, home to the iconic Pro Football Hall of Fame and the growing Hall of Fame Village. Explore a vibrant city filled with award-winning dining options, exciting events, and entertainment. Find it here in America's playing field. Connect with Visit Canton for personalized assistance, planning an unforgettable trip.
Visit Canton, Ohio presents Golfing Around. Sponsored by Squares Golf Shoes. Change your shoes, change your game. Team USA versus Team Scotland Amateur Golf Championships. Amateur golfers, you can win a trip to St. Andrews, Scotland. Hi, I'm Randy Tantlinger, founder of the Team USA versus Team Scotland Amateur Golf Championships. It's 2025, and I'm standing here on the hallowed grounds of St. Andrews, the royal and ancient clubhouse behind me, and of course the world-famous Swilcan Bridge. Team USA is going to tee it up this week to challenge Team Scotland. You, amateur golfer, can be standing on the Swilcan Bridge behind me in 2026. Join us in Canton, Ohio this August for the 2025 Team USA National Championships. You do not need a USGA-GHIN Handicap to play in one of 5 flights. Win your flight in Canton, Ohio, and you'll become a member of Team USA and win a trip to St. Andrews, Scotland. Our Team USA National Championships, where you amateur golfers, no USGA-GHIN Handicap required, to play in one of 5 flights, August of 25, here in beautiful Ohio's golf capital, Canton, Ohio. For you, the amateur golfer, Sean, we 1 to 5 handicaps, all the way up to 21 and over. And they win a trip to the home of golf, St. Andrews, Scotland. I think Glenmoor Country Club. Glenmoor might have a little bit of that, Scottish haggis wrapped in its DNA. Some of the rooms are even named after, venerable Scottish spots.
Turnberry.
Turnberry.
Scott's Grill.
Scott's Grill. This will be our 4th year for the Team USA National Championships, where amateur golfers like you compete to go to St. Andrews. No USGA-GHIN required. Sean, we get most of our golfers from the higher handicaps.
Of course.
And these guys, I call it the greatest prize in amateur golf. You're not playing for a golf hat and golf towel and a plastic trophy.
Yeah.
We are going to take you to stand on the bridge in front of the R&A clubhouse, and it's the guys who have the 14 handicaps that are playing with our 21 and over handicap.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are hackers extraordinaire, but to be a champion, a national champion,
Sure.
and go play against Team Scotland, you hit the nail on the head there. Let's talk more about this back nine, when I drove around it, a lot of eye candy out there, lakes and ponds and water all over the place.
Yeah, I would tell you this course builds to a crescendo. You play the front side and say, oh boy, that was fun, it was good. And as you get to the back side, you're saying, uh-oh, here we go. It's kind of like walking up a hill. You start and you say, well, it's not too bad. And in that last 30, 40 steps, you're going, okay, I'm wore out. Course isn't going to wear you out, but you got to pay attention going down the back side. Still a lot of room, but you have to focus on hitting a quality shot as you're coming down the stretch. And usually with golfers, whether you're a pro or an amateur, as they get a little tired and lose a little focus, that's when it gets on top of you.
Yeah.
And here, you just, like I said, it's going to build and build and build. And the 18th hole here doesn't have water on it, but you're still going to have to hit 2 very quality shots. It's a stern par, and you should have to earn par on the last hole. And then you're coming in again with this building right here. So as he goes through this golf course, it's set up to play tournament golf, set up to play just fun golf and member golf and amateur golf, but visually it's stunning.
You mentioned 18, and I only drove by it at this point. It almost looks like there's a Scottish pot bunker.
Oh yeah.
Not just greenside, but into the green, man.
Yeah, it's the green sits over a hill in a little valley. Everything kind of funnels into the center, and that's great. But most of the time, you're hitting a hybrid or fairway wood or a very long iron into that. So the shot's coming in low. It goes over a little rise. Like I said, it's in a little valley, and right in front is this nasty Venus flytrap of a bunker that's going to gather them up, and it's actually 60 yards from the front of the green. And if anybody knows, to hit a ball 60 to 80 yard bunker shot up in the air and stop it is a tough.
Oh, it's an easiest shot in golf.
It's a cakewalk.
It's the easiest shot in golf.
Can of corn, right?
Yeah, can of corn. Yeah.
But that hole, like I said, if you just pay attention, you can navigate that hole. But you got to pay attention, and as you get a little tired, or it might be the other way. You say, I've never broken 80 before, and if I make a par, you should have to earn it. How about that?
I love the interior as you come into the Glenmoor Country Club. Again, this venerable building, 1927, monastery, church. You walk inside, and again, God's blessed me to go to Scotland several times now, and you've got that feeling. I almost felt like, wait a minute, am I in Scotland when you come inside? The decor is amazing. Well, let's get into the Jack Nicklaus golf course here at Glenmoor Country Club. Again, a Jack Nicklaus signature course. Sean would know better than anybody else. We're going to get into the signature holes. We're going to get into what makes it special. But let's go back to your comment about Muirfield and you seeing images that Jack carried over from Muirfield to here. What an honor. And if you can't get on Muirfield, call Big Sean here at Glenmoor Country Club. Come stay in one of the 50 hotel rooms. The guys, the wives, whoever can go down to the spa. I bet you can enjoy a good scotch here on occasion.
For sure.
But when you get out onto the golf course, you're going to find Jack Nicklaus, well, the Golden Bear's best here at Glenmoor Country Club.
Yeah, before I talk a little on the golf course, you touched on it. It's a private club, and it's a guarded gate community, which is awesome. To come in the gates, it's very special, but we do have stay and play here. So as a private club in a guarded gate community, you can call Glenmoor and set up a trip, whether it's just 2 people whether it's over 3 or 4 days, whether you come in with 24 people, couples. You can stay and play, as we call it. You see that at different facilities. It's stay and play, and we let you build your stay and play to your liking. You can do one night and 2 rounds, or whatever you want to do, you can do. In having the spa and other outlets here, you don't have to leave the property.
Oh,
So once you get in here playing golf, and we go back to the golf course, you don't feel like you need to go play 3 or other golf. 3 or 4
Sean, you're
golf
talking to
courses.
my heart
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now. I love when you can stay and play, park the car,
You got it.
and I can have some white wine.
Yeah.
I can enjoy my cigars.
Don't have to drive all over the
Scotch.
place.
I don't
do
got
you?
it.
Yeah.
So you're saying folks can come to Glenmoor Country Club in Canton,
Yeah.
Ohio, and walk the ground that Jack has walked.
Yeah, and he designed it exactly for the golfer. Not so much to say it's going to be built for PGA Championships or built for anything specific. He built this for the average golfer. If you look on our scorecard, it says I made a particular 18 greens and set of holes that championship players can play, and your common average player can go out and enjoy every day. The thing that we say about here is we don't long to go play other golf courses. I can play this 6 days a week and I never get bored. And much like Jack's championship courses, like Muirfield, gives you a lot of room off the tee, which the amateurs love.
That's Jack. He
Yeah.
gives you that
Yeah.
chance to spray it.
Yeah, 'cause
then
he
you
used
got to
to
go
bomb it.
work
Yeah.
around the green complexes.
And that's exactly it. The eye candy is it lets you hit it off the tee like stadium courses, but you got to stay away from the sand and the water. And if
Do you? Do you really?
Well, if you're you put 40, you and Frank are 40s. If you want to shoot around even par, you got to stay away from
Look, I
water.
live in the sand and water, so I have to embrace. There's an army saying embrace the suck.
Yeah.
So you have to embrace
you know.
that you play out of sand and water. You guys that have PGA Pro after your
Yeah,
name,
yeah.
you play in that short stuff
Yeah.
all the time.
We try, but we still
try.
listen.
Hey, Sean, what's your signature holes? I mean, everybody has a signature hole.
That's interesting. Here, our signature hole is number 7, mostly because of the view. It's a par 3 over water, a little elevated green, and right behind it is this majestic building. So from a view, most people, when they stand on that and they say, wow, this is a tough hole, you're probably playing anywhere from 150 to 195 yards over water with a Jack likes over water to turn the green sideways and make it a little tough. And it's tough, but really it's the view. It's the picture hole that you want to get your foursome on and get your picture. And interesting note, when Jack opened up the golf course, on his signature courses, he'll play golf.
Yes.
So he played golf, the members and their staff and everybody went and followed. He hit it in the water on number 7. He hit it in the water
He's
on number
human?
He's human.
He's human.
He's human. And it was only a little bit after 1986. You think it was, 6-7 years he was out here, and actually he dedicated the set of clubs when he opens course. The clubs are in Frank's office right now. The clubs that he sat down, and it's a match set of the clubs that he used in the '86 Masters.
And it
They're still up there.
harkens to the history of the game that we
You got
talked
it.
about.
You got it.
I mean, I actually interviewed Mr. Nicholas once, and I asked him, I said, how are you, and I told him this, I said, look, I'm a hacker, okay? I'm a hacker, Jack. How are you able to focus in on that back nine? This is one of the greatest back nines ever played in the history of golf, let alone a major championship. And he just said, I took it shot by shot. I go, the crowd? He goes, I didn't even really realize the crowd was there. Jackie was on the bag talking to me, and I was just playing shot to shot. He goes, but I kind of knew it was special when I forget the hole 13, I think, when the ball goes in and the famous, But so much history with Jack in Ohio, but to have a signature course here at Glenmoor, a Jack Nicklaus. So what would another signature hole be?
I would say number 9. Number 9 has, I believe the number is 16 bunkers on it, and water, and a difficult green. It's our number 1 handicap hole. And it comes in along the building here as well, short distance away. It's not a terribly long hole, and anybody can play it. Usually it's a driver or fairway wood for your better players off the tee. It's a par 4, but it's one of those holes that you'll hit it out. You may have a 9-iron in, but you're milking that grip on that 9-iron, knowing if I miss it just a little bit, it could be a 5 or a 6 in a heartbeat. So sometimes not just good-looking holes, sometimes difficult holes make a golf course as well.
Oh, look, even a high handicapper like myself,
Yeah.
I want the challenge. Let's say all of a sudden I get quote-unquote hot one day.
Yeah.
Things are working, the back's working, I'm finding the groove. I want to be challenged by the golf course in front of me and say, okay, I got a game today. I'm used to just plunking along. I want that challenge today. So sand traps, get in your head immediately.
Yeah, and I would tell you that's what Jack did here. He didn't put the length in it that the average golfer just feels like he's overrun, but he put the quality on the shots that you have to hit. And 9 and 7 put that on display, because you have to hit a quality shot, not a tour shot.
I like that. I like that. Quality within your own game.
Of course.
Right.
When you have your tournaments, and you talk about your tournament that you're going to come in and you have flights, you're only playing against people in their own flight, and amateurs. They know they can win, but they're only having to play within that competition level that they can play in. So the best player will advance and go to Scotland out of that division, so they know they have conquered that division, which has equality to their handicap.
Discover America's Playing Field, home to the iconic Pro Football Hall of Fame and the growing Hall of Fame Village. Explore a vibrant city filled with award-winning dining options, exciting events, and entertainment. Find it here in America's Playing Field. Connect with Visit Canton for personalized assistance, planning an unforgettable trip.
We are Team USA! Welcome to St. Andrews! We are Team Scotland! We are Team USA!
Hi, I'm Randy Tantlinger, founder of Team USA versus Team Scotland Amateur Golf Championships. I'm excited and proud to announce that the 2025 Team USA National Championships will be played in Canton, Ohio. Amateur golfers, you do not need a USGA-GHIN Handicap to play in one of 5 flights to compete to win a trip to St. Andrews, Scotland to represent Team USA. In August of 2025, amateur golfers from across the United States will gather here in Canton, Ohio. Our opening ceremonies will be held here at the Professional Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Behind the doors behind me, some of the greatest players to ever play professional football are immortalized. Jim Thorpe, Walter Payton, Jack Lambert, Dick Butkus, and the list goes on and on. Again, our opening ceremonies will be held here at the Professional Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. We'll have a wonderful cocktail party, and you and your guests will be able to tour the Professional Football Hall of Fame. It's a wonderful museum and really is a wonderful setting for our championship.